Alright, now we have the second place from EOS Cup, Kabishans, now called ZETA Division, going up against the best team from Indonesia, with very known players as well. This could be another just very good matchup. We finally have a Dragon Knight Classic, Japan, Kabishans. They have a Dragon Knight with a Blastoise, Trevenant, and Talion Eligos. This looks like a team from EOS Cup, literally. This is the same what they played at EOS Cup. Even after all the meta changes, balance patches, they still just play the same thing. And right side, very scary though. Charizard, Slowbro, Umbreon, Urshifu, Cramorant for ONIC, Rise. Okay, let's see. Is ZETA Division definitely the favorite in this matchup? Let's see if they have Tomato, man. It's finally, we see Tomato for the first time in this year's World Championship. I think in general, was he at last year's World Championship? No, right? I don't remember. Is this Tomato's first World Championship? I don't remember, man. There's too many teams at these World Championships.
Was thinking of getting the berry, but Zoe will back out instead, and no KO. So this is
honestly, I don't remember.
Victory here for this.
Oh yeah, he was too young, right? Oh yeah, yeah, maybe.
To get his experience as well.
Was he even allowed to play? I don't think so.
No invades. Yeah, honestly, a pretty tame game, especially when we have Dratini versus Cubfu.
Let's see what Tomato can do at the World Championship. But again, yeah, we have a Dragon Knight. First Dragon Knight today.
A little careful in some of these early moments, but now we have an Urshifu on one side and a Dragonair on the other.
Yeah, Kabishans, they won the Asia Champions League.
Foreign to me at the moment because
that's what Tomato won, and this team.
Going all out, but the fact that both teams
they're the Season 2 Asia Champions League winners. And they got second place at EOS Cup. So this team is
who's going to come out on top. Obviously up top we are seeing this Urshifu
very, very scary.
A lot of grief to ZETA Division does get the score.
But they couldn't win in Japan now. Japan has a new best team, so
they will get rid of the Urshifu,
Whis is going so aggressive. Dragonair level. Oh, the water gun just barely missed. Yep, that's the aggressive Dragonair.
Come on.
Or was it Pump, Hydro Pump? Like Spin Hydro Pump Blastoise? They're literally still playing like the meta didn't change. That's how they're drifting. Oh yeah, it's gonna be Spin Hydro Pump, yeah, you're right. We have a Skite? Why don't we have a Skite? Are you trolling?
Yeah,
really? Why do we have a Sword Vest?
From ONIC. They are trying to wrestle
we have Sky to Sword Vest?
And they're going to be able to get Vitopo as well. So Dragonair going down. No Dragonite for you. You can stay as a danger noodle for a little bit longer. And now I think the aggression is going to continue. Because
I don't have to understand why, right?
You want to fight on the pad.
Oh, exactly. The Flux Zone is an illusion. It is a runway for Urshifu to try to earn some damage. However,
I mean, is Sword Vest just for snipe shots? Really?
In their own right, EO's going to take a big boosted from the
Oh, Miss Hurricane.
Gonna bounce off a Miss Hurricane. They don't have the opportunity to follow
I guess, I mean, yeah, sure. It's good against snipe shot, but at the same time, like, is that really worth it?
If he can get the Charizard in the middle of this fight, it would be such a big turning point for this team. We do see an evolution. Blastoise is there. It's a rapid spin Blastoise as well.
Urshifu?
We still have the wish coming out from the Umbreon.
Punch. Oh, he missed one boost auto attack. He'll be on high cooldown now. He's still walking up though. Oh, it's not on high cooldown. Never mind. He still has it. I was wrong, I guess.
Okay, I mean, we begged the question, are they going to jump into the early game against
Good start. Getting sleepy. I am. It's 5 AM my time. It's 5 AM. I'm insanely sleepy.
The tempo focus objective and give up some EXP in the bottom side. No matter what, I don't think you're winning that one against a Dragonite and Inteleon, two of the best secure Pokemon in the entire game.
That's not Japan team. Left team is Japan, right team is Indonesia.
Pressure and lead pressure is still in the hands of ONIC Rise.
Yeah, ONIC need to keep up this pressure. Even though they won that top lane, you've now
spin pump, man.
In that bottom lane. And if they can actually try and win this,
I mean, it's fine. Might be the best build right now, right after all the nerfs.
They're missing out on some
I don't even know what the best. I mean, I think all Blastoise builds are equally bad right now. So
let's reset. We find that next opportunity. Don't run into them head on. We find that chink and we crack their armor.
Yeah, it's tough to do against ZETA Division, though. A team that is well known for playing a very tight-packed compositions and lining up to Snipe Shot plus a Hyper Beam. I mean, we talked about how it was secure for wild Pokemon. How about for player Pokemon as well?
I mean, if there's an Inteleon, everything's a wild Pokemon, right? So
yeah, if you're a hammer, everything's a nail. I think Vitopo really leans into that.
Yeah, interesting decision though. So
what if everything is wait, what?
Lane, whereas for top lane, they've basically just given us away to ZETA Division. So it seems like for ONIC, they have a plan. They've decided to basically disengage.
If you're a hammer, everything is a nail.
ZETA have a big power spike, right? They've got all of their third evolutions. They want to fight
What he
before
said?
they unite.
What does that mean?
Do not engage into a tree and a Blastoise.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because ONIC Rise is kind of playing a little bit of footsie.
Never heard that saying? No, I have never.
Engagements, they're going on these, but they
I only
don't
know
want to
German
take those
sayings.
team fights. You're right. The Unite moves out of ZETA Division in team fights are going to be so tough to deal with. So instead, we're going to try to force these little 1v1s and invasion strategies. Luna able to walk away, scald for a bit of damage to try to prevent the score, but 11 points will still go in for Tomato.
Yeah, it could have been denied
Tomato.
if that Fire Blast was a little bit more to the side, but sometimes you're just not that lucky. Zoe scouting for the team. Vision, so important for the team. Axe Q here, they're coming in with the cram, doing half health damage there to the Blastoise. Luckily, hasn't been caught out. Oh,
ONIC doing quite well though. I mean, again, they're like, they're a very strong team though, doesn't matter what ONIC Rise.
So clean.
They've been a strong team for like the last 2.5 years. They just never really achieved much. But didn't they get top 4 in the first World Championship? Yeah, right.
Steel buff doing wonders for them. Great blast.
Means Rise is like, yeah.
The goals on that tier number 1. Urgent Boo is in the back line with a Trinity Unite move. Hits absolutely everybody. Tomato is locking them all down.
They weren't even there in the first World Championship?
Zoe gets the KO, but no scores out in the goal zone. And a snipe shot from max range from Rom is going to add another KO to the
Which team was it then again? There was...
It might be ZETA Division advancing onto ONIC Rise, who run out of gas. It's actually down to their final 2 core players, Eeyore and Dev. If they can somehow stall things out, this team could potentially.
It was Camiro's team? Oh, yeah, you're right. It was wrong. Yeah, you're right.
Blastoise as well as that Dragonite. They will get the Dragonite. Blastoise really wants to sustain not enough. The Charizard will burn him down. Eeyore, though, his team is a little bit too late, so he will be going down. Unite's been used on Rom. Great way to zone back ONIC, and I think these two teams...
But yeah, Rise has been a team for so long, the right side team as well.
These objectives are going to start
they're here since forever.
Spawning back, and you do not want to be in the middle of a fight.
But they never really just...
to the bottom lane.
Yeah, you can have those post-fight shenanigans for a little bit, but don't hold on too long because you'll be giving up some huge experience. I actually think if any of those kind of post-fight moments were the big ones, it's Charizard picking up the unit.
But like, I feel like ZETA Division's late game team fighting is like so scuffed. If they don't go for Ray, they have no chance, I feel like, no?
They ticked over to 13. So hit the 13 at 3. That is huge.
These levels
we can see Blastoise, Trevenant, Eldegoss Shields with Umbreon. We have huge Knights on Slowbro, Charizard, Cramorant.
Now, even though you have a level advantage, we have seen teams in the past manage to crush them based on being able to just find.
I definitely feel like ONIC Rise has a big advantage in that game.
Pokemon can unite. Basically,
but then again, ZETA Division has like just played better, so there's always a chance.
They are very opportunistic. If they see that opening,
there's always a chance.
They will go for it. So ONIC need to keep themselves composed. Don't give them that opening.
Absolutely not. Ooh, interesting. Full heal from Luna to try to walk away from the Woodhammer, but they're going to get hit by the
Blastoise!
They're locked down. Slowbro, the master of locking down, is locked.
Okay, they're getting Regirock. Okay, that could be the game changer right here.
Given up, that Regirock going to go.
That could be a game changer.
Into the hands of ZETA Division. Slowbro's respawning. Rayquaza's coming in about 12 seconds. ONIC Rise going to give up the objective, but they do earn some positioning, but Zoe's spotted out, and they have
it's tough to punish Inteleon. I feel like Charizard can always make it to him quite easily, but yeah.
Defensive buffs, it's going to allow you to out-survive some of the damage output from ONIC Rise. So for ONIC...
No, they want to play Woodhammer Trevenant. You play Xpecia and Woodhammer Trevenant.
Is it ZETA to be the ones to try and fight into ONIC? Because at the moment, ZETA are leading in terms of points.
Only force a full heal?
Oh,
wait, Umbreon?
Snipe shot damage from Poke. Axe Q takes basically their entire HP bar already. Dev is trying to use their Unite move in the backline, but they haven't found an appropriate target just yet. They grab the Blastoise mid Unite move. Thank you, Charizard.
I think it's down to 90%. Blast is gonna have Unite moves soon again.
Luna gonna use that full heal to try to make themselves a little bit more relevant in the fight, but the damage has been done
Tomato.
by ZETA Division.
Tomato. Woodhammer. Cram has Unite. The Hyper Beam though gets him.
Cram goes down though. He was right in front of Vitopo, so
that should. I think that wins the game, yeah.
Win the game, yeah. But this Urshifu can't do this.
Oh boy, close fight though, close fight.
If this man somehow manages to make the Rayquaza steal of his life, he can still save the game for his team, trying to survive with the skulls, but with no
we have Inteleon and Hyper Beam. We don't have to care about the slow blow, right? But I guess we'd rather play it safe.
Game number 1. What an intense Rayquaza fight.
Yeah, these team fights, but
we finally have a Delphox and we have a Talonflame. Interesting.
Yeah, but I also
and again, another Blastoise for the side of the Japanese team.
In just
At home got to see those badges.
All right, what do we have here, man? We have a ton of blame. Let's see how much that can do. Pretty good into Intellion, I guess. We finally have a Delphox. It took a while for Delphox to happen.
2-1 is, but they will also be putting the fate of their hands in that final matchup for Zeta, right?
So much Mammoth Swine in this tournament. Like, might be one of the biggest surprises, right, to see this much Mammoth Swine. But again, Ice Fang, Earthquake, like, it is good. It is good. But I didn't expect to see it this much.
They are basically out of the running for playoffs tomorrow.
But I mean, yeah, makes sense, I guess. Especially picked over like Slowbro.
And find a way to take out this Zeta Division squad. Not an easy task by
Definitely a surprise.
Obviously evidenced by the scoreline and just by the history that.
Yeah, Blastoise is his comfort pick, but like, really, is really the best thing he can play is Blastoise? I mean, I guess.
Yeah, ONIC kind of don't want to show their faces when a Leafeon is there because it's quite difficult to do anything as a poor little Fennec, and so Axe
no Mammoth Swine buffs until next year.
Biding their time, waiting for Eeyore to come in and provide assistance, because it's really going to have to come down to the experience from these Altaria.
Leafeon is around.
So who's going to make the first move? It's going to be Eeyore.
Oh, but it's the Urshifu. He's going to die. No, he's not. Wow, he didn't dive in. Like, if there was a Japanese Urshifu, he would be under their Flux Zone right now. Right? If that Urshifu was Japanese, but he would be in their home base.
Adaptation from ONIC Rise to be able to rotate to that bot path first. They know where that Leafeon is going to show up because of how Zeta Division played in Game 1. Amazing response to really read the enemy team's move.
Oh, Dev, really good water gun coming out from Kakona, preventing him from being able to go back onto the goal zone.
I feel like you have to do this on Urshifu as well. You're definitely the weaker team.
Hydro pump.
Like, you can't play passive. You have to just surprise them as well. You have to counter aggression by even being more aggressive and just trying.
Yeah, that Hydro Pump
especially for the team that's kind of worse, which definitely they are. But I mean, Rice is definitely like a good team, but I miss the team name Kabishans. Kabishans sounded cute.
It's been a while, but we definitely have seen the complete.
No, there's Zeta Division.
Yeah, I think we've seen.
Where's my Kabishans, man? Maybe I just kill they call them Kabishans. Anyways. Oh, she put everything in Ice Fang, and there we go.
Again, applying they have to.
There's the Ice Fang.
They have to apply all this early game pressure because they know that mid game.
Zeta signed them. I know. It's an organization. I know. But still, I miss Kabishans. Kabishans was such a cute name.
Scoring as many points as possible.
Chance.
Doing the best that he can, but he's just a Trevenant.
Just the Trevenant, especially into that Delphox as a challenging matchup. And hey, a 4-player dedication by ONIC Rise into this bottom path is doing them a lot of.
Wait, which Delphox bit is it? I didn't pay attention. It's hard to pay attention when it's 5 AM and you're like on sleep. Well, I'm trying my best. I hope it's still enjoyable to watch. If not, then unlucky. I mean, it's definitely Fire Blast, right? Yeah. No, it's missing Fire Spin. It is missing Fire Spin. Nice.
And a defensive buff going in the way of ONIC.
Nice.
Now, they're gonna have to deal with this Regieleki top lane because you don't want to let this through. It'll be some free points, but Rom is in the central area.
Okay. I like it.
Level 7, he hits hard.
Yeah, there's that Zeta Division.
My current favorite attacker build. I'm good to see it being played. Very disgusting build as well, as you guys know. Very disgusting.
This Delphox, I feel, has yet to make a mark on the matchup, but it could be huge, especially as we level scale. We're going with Mystical Fire and Fire Spin. So going all in on the cooldown reduction build. As many Fire Spins as you can possibly get if you're landing those Mystical Fires.
Yeah, and I think this is really fitting for this particular game because you really want to play keep away with these defenders, right?
Sure,
so just fire spin, stay away from me, but also at the same
But he needs level 11, of course, which is... That's a bit of the problem. This, like, Mystic Fire needs 11, while Fire Blast needs level 7.
And even Dev on that Talonflame,
that's a bit of the issue that Mystic Fire has.
Go call to get the knockout.
Before it's kind of like, it's just very mid.
I haven't seen this Talonflame join many fights at all, been pretty focused on scoring and building up that attack weight a little bit in the early game. Blastoise going to get a bit of poke damage done and push out for a bit of space, but is that double defender core.
I can't wait to watch an A play. Wait, 1 in 80 made it out though, okay.
I mean, Vidopo is making their home
and Nemesis have a chance to run.
Unfortunate thing, he can't get any solo knockouts because there's no one to knock out their own lane. So he's just running around trying to figure things out. Getting buffs, I think this is really the best thing you can hope for, but if they got the Hydro Pump on Eeyore, maybe that would have been a secured knockout. So
I'm surprised Leafeon didn't press Unite there. But I mean, objectives up in 10 seconds, but
yeah, I think almost assuredly.
I'm surprised it didn't unite.
A big moment like that feels like icing on the cake for ZETA Division right
Why
now.
do I not captain the European team? Bro, where do I find, where am I supposed to find that time? I know who said I want to captain the European team? That sounds awful.
You know it's certain doom if you go after the
There's nothing I have time or nerves for.
Too much damage as well. I mean, ZETA Division, you can see how quickly
Zero.
they go through those objectives. So if ONIC aren't
Yalla Bingo 1-0 Nemesis. Nice, let's go.
It even begins, they're going to
Potato.
just not get there in time. We are seeing some unites. Rom also almost got taken out, but he popped the unite just in time, has the shielding, but they're still going to try and go to the
is a bit cornered, man.
Finally get the Intellion.
He's a bit cornered.
So all the burst
They have one entire level for Delphox to go.
ZETA, so they are going to have to be in
Before it becomes more useful. But I mean, fire spins are still always useful, doesn't matter what, of course.
Big victory for ONIC Rise.
Feels like ONIC Rise have slowed things down a little bit this time around. I mean, Dev using a Talonflame Unite move essentially to push Regieleki back and buy them some more time, more than anything else. But we're going to have another moment for this Talonflame to try to play out, but it's a Leafeon with the immediate execute. Beat Oppo finds the Emerald two-step spot and is able to take out the Talonflame. Eeyore's going to be putting in 48 in the top path, which will push them into the lead, but ZETA Division aiming for a big siege on tier 1.
And it's another defensive buff there. Reggie Rock buff going in favor of ZETA Division. So
ONIC Rise not going down without a fight at least. There's level 11 now for Delphox. We got Mystic Fire Plus. Now we can do spin, 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 Mystic Fire.
Now they're starting to cause this Trevenant some grief.
Spin, Mystic Fire.
They've caught the Mammoth Swine. This is a tanky defender.
And
can't even get out with the Earthquake.
Yeah, I think
Mystic Fire.
Ice Fang getting actually cancelled by the Hydro
and spin.
there for a moment. Really timing. Big push by Dev though. Chases
he gets him, he gets him. Intellion 2, like, I don't flame feed's so bad to play.
And now this is ONIC Rise chance to push.
Okay, dive him. Go, 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 dive.
Damage, but it's Eeyore and Zoe going to be the front line. Eeyore going into the enemy flux zone. They're trying to chase
it. Wow.
29 points in top and a few more.
I'm surprised. I feel like ONIC Rise team comp is quite like whatever.
Holding on to a lead, trying to hold on to game number 2.
I mean, I don't know, this Blast, man, I don't know what this Blastoise at all.
Gotta get those wild Pokemon.
They won the first game, but not because of Blastoise, right? And I don't know, man.
And as much as I want to put my faith into ONIC here to push that game number 3, you can.
We're just gonna find a big unite in the final fight.
Have to give them the utmost
and it's gonna be like, oh, Blastoise is so broken, man.
Find that opening, and I just love how ONIC have been doing that so far.
Blastoise is so broken, man.
Sweep to catch Rom. As soon as they get him, they know he's down to half health. That's Dev's call to go in and just jump on top of him.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Great teamwork by ONIC Rise, but now they're gonna have to put something else together. Gonna give up on this Regieleki. You are playing this very cautiously.
He's popping Unite. They fight.
That's a Unite move to kick things
off. He found Intellion.
Oh,
they get all the way to the back line.
They get Intellion. Okay, this is gonna be the final fight already, but Leafeon just one-shot Urshifu.
Some of those shields, and now it's Blastoise. As then we have hit the final stretch. Urshifu down
on
one side,
the Ice Fang.
and make that Leafeon as well as Dev finds a huge pickoff.
ZETA,
yeah, Blastoise Unite doesn't do anything.
Time to go down, and Aluna, his job now. You have to disrupt the defenders. That's your job as that Mammoth.
There's the chance for ONIC Rise.
Throw them in the air, toss them in the rubbish bin. You need to take this game number 2. But Rom is back.
Intellion can smurf the right Ice Fang.
Dev, he's actually waiting outside. They cancelled because they saw him charging. But
Tomato gets it, of course.
Steals the Rayquaza.
That took too long to do, Ray, man. That took too long. It took too long.
Pulling magic out of thin air.
ZETA Division kind of rocked the later stages of that fight. ONIC Rise with a few.
Could they just ripped it faster?
Really punished them, but
I mean, Halo Unite moved out of Ray Pit for some reason. Well, I'm not sure what reason. Was he so low on HP he had to kind of use it to not die to Ray?
It's going into Delphox as well.
I mean, it's only... They haven't won yet. They have to score still.
And they still have a point lead. It's just for ONIC and ZETA. They have
There's
to
still
find the
2
right
shields.
lane to score in right now.
Urshifu can stop one entire goal from happening. But it's not over yet. Does Edigos get Unite maybe?
Tomato.
Okay, Leafeon can score, the right Leafeon can make it.
And that's a hundo from the tree. ZETA Division now hold the lead. 30 seconds remain. Urshifu
That's gonna be a death no chance anymore, right?
Below those shields, everybody else trying to shut them down, but Tomato finds the hole in the armor. Huge play for Tree.
Huge play for Tree. 20 seconds to go.
ZETA takes a 2-0 victory and move on into the top 16. GG's.
I think that's going to be
again another Blastoise for the side of the Japanese team.
Prevent
at home got to see those badges.
Alright, what do we have here, man? We have a ton of blame. Let's see how much that can do. Pretty good into Inteleon, I guess. We finally have a Delphox. It took a while for Delphox to happen.
2-1 is, but they will also be putting the fate of their hands in that final matchup for Zeta, right?
So much Mammoth Swine in this tournament. That might be one of the biggest surprises, right, to see this much Mammoth Swine. But again, Ice Fang, Earthquake, like, it is good. It is good. But I didn't expect to see it this much.
They are basically out of the running for playoffs tomorrow.
But I mean, yeah, makes sense, I guess. Especially picked over, like, Slowbro.
And find a way to take out this Zeta Division squad. Not an easy task by
definitely a surprise.
Obviously evidenced by the scoreline and just by the history that
yeah, Blastoise is his comfort pick, but like, really? Is really the best thing he can play is Blastoise? I mean, I guess.
Yeah, ONIC kind of don't want to show their faces when a Leafeon is there because it's quite difficult to do anything as a poor little Fennekin. So Axe
no Mammoth Swine buffs until next year.
Biding their time, waiting for Eeyore to come in and
provide
assistance because it's really going to have to come down to the experience from these Altaria.
Leafeon is around.
So who's going to make the first move? It's going to be Eeyore.
Oh, but it's the Urshifu. He's going to die. No, he's not. Wow, he didn't dive in? Like, if there wasn't a Japanese Urshifu, he would be under their Flux Zone right now. Right? If that Urshifu was Japanese, well, he would be in their home base.
From ONIC Rise to be able to rotate to that bot path first. They know where that Leafeon is going to show up because of how Zeta Division played in Game 1. Amazing response to really read the enemy team's move.
Oh, Dev, really good water gun coming out from Kokoda, preventing him from being able to go back onto the goal zone.
I feel like you have to do this on the Sheep as well. You're definitely the weaker team. Like, you can't play passive. You have to just surprise them as well. You have to counter aggression by even being more aggressive and just trying.
Yeah, that Hydro Pump
especially with a team that's kind of worse, which definitely they are. I mean, Rice is definitely like a good team, but I miss the team name Kabishans. Kabishans sounded cute.
It's been a while, but we definitely have seen the complete.
No, there's Zeta Division.
Yeah, I think we've seen.
Where's my Kabishans, man? Maybe it's kids. They call them Kabishans. Anyways. Oh, Shifu diving in. Ice Fang, and there we go.
Again, applying they have to.
There's the Ice Fang.
They have to apply all this early game pressure because they know that mid game.
Zeta signed them. I know. It's an organization. I know. But still, I miss Kabishans. Kabishans was such a cute name.
Scoring as many points as possible.
Kabishans.
Doing the best that he can, but he's just a Trevenant.
Just the Trevenant, especially into that Delphox as a challenging matchup. And hey, a 4-player dedication by ONIC Rise into this bottom path is doing them a lot of.
Wait, which Delphox bit is it? I didn't pay attention. It's hard to pay attention when it's 5 AM and you're like on sleep. Well, I'm trying my best. I hope it's still enjoyable to watch. If not, then unlucky. I mean, it's definitely Fire Blast, right? Yeah. No, it's missing Fire Spin. It is missing Fire Spin. Nice.
And a defensive buff going in the way of ONIC.
Nice.
Now, they're gonna have to deal with this Regieleki top lane because you don't want to let this through. It'll be some free points, but Rom is in the central area.
Okay. I like it.
Level 7, he hits hard.
Yeah, there's that Zeta Division.
My current favorite attacker build. I'm good to see it being played. Very disgusting build as well, as you guys know. Very disgusting.
This Delphox, I feel, has yet to make a mark on the matchup, but it could be huge, especially as we level scale. We're going with Mystical Fire and Fire Spin. So going all in on the cooldown reduction build. As many Fire Spins as you can possibly get if you're landing those Mystical Fires.
Yeah, and I think this is really fitting for this particular game because you really want to play keep away with these defenders, right?
Sure,
so just fire spin, stay away from me, but also at the same
time. But he needs level 11, of course, which is... That's a bit of the problem. This, like, Mystic Fire needs 11, while Fire Blast needs level 7.
And even Dev on that Talonflame,
that's a bit of the issue that Mystic Fire has.
Go call to get the knockout.
Before it's kind of like, it's just very mid.
I haven't seen this Talonflame join many fights at all. Been pretty focused on scoring and building up that attack weight a little bit in the early game. Blastoise going to get a bit of poke damage done and push out for a bit of space, but is that double defender core.
I can't wait to watch an A play. Wait, 1 in 80 made it out though, okay?
I mean, Vidopo is making their home
and Nemesis have a chance to run.
Unfortunate thing, he can't get any solo knockouts because there's no one to knock out their own lane. So he's just running around trying to figure things out. Getting buffs, I think this is really the best thing you can hope for, but they got the Hydro Pump on Eeyore. Maybe that would have been a secured knockout. So
I'm surprised Leafeon didn't press Unite there. But I mean, objectives up in 10 seconds, but
yeah, I think almost assuredly.
I'm surprised they didn't unite.
A big moment like that feels like icing on the cake for ZETA Division right
Why
now.
do I not captain the European team? Bro, where do I find, where am I supposed to find that time? I know who said I want to captain the European team? That sounds awful.
You know it's certain doom if you go after the
There's nothing I have time or nerves for.
Too much damage as well. I mean, ZETA Division, you can see how quickly
Zero.
they go through those objectives. So if ONIC aren't
Yalla bingo 1-0 Nemesis. Nice, let's go.
It even begins, they're going to
Potato.
just not get there in time. We are seeing some unites. Rom also almost got taken out, but he popped the unite just in time. Has the shielding, but they're still going to try and go for the
is a bit cornered, man.
Finally get the Intellion.
He's a bit cornered.
So all the burst
There's one entire level for Delphox to go
ZETA, so they are going to have to be in
before it becomes more useful. But I mean, fire spins are still always useful, doesn't matter what, of course.
Big victory for ONIC Rise.
Feels like ONIC Rise have slowed things down a little bit this time around. I mean, Dev using a Talonflame Unite move essentially to push Regieleki back and buy them some more time, more than anything else. But we're going to have another moment for this Talonflame to try to play out, but it's a Leafeon with the immediate execute. Vitopo finds the Emerald 2-step spot and is able to take out the Talonflame. Eeyore's going to be putting in 48 in the top path, which will push them into the lead, but ZETA Division aiming for a big siege on Tier 1.
And it's another defensive buff there. Reggie Rock buff going in favor of ZETA Division. So
remember, ONIC Rise not going down without a fight at least. There's level 11 now for Delphox. We got Mystic Fire Plus. Now we can do spin, 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 Mystic Fire.
Now they're starting to cause this Trevenant some grief.
Spin, Mystic Fire.
They've caught the Mammoth Swine. This is a tanky defender.
And
he can't even get out with the Earthquake.
Yeah, I think
Mystic Fire.
Ice Fang getting actually cancelled by the Hydro
and
spin. There for a moment. Really big push by Dev though.
He gets him. He gets him. Intellion 2, like, I don't Flame Feet's so bad to play.
And now this is ONIC Rise's chance to push.
Okay, dive him. Go, 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 dive.
Damage, but it's Eeyore and Zoe going to be the front line. Eeyore going into the enemy flux zone. They're trying to chase
okay, wow.
29 points in top and a few more.
I'm surprised. I feel like ONIC Rise team comp is quite like whatever.
Holding on to a lead, trying to hold on to game number 2.
Well, I mean, I don't know this Blast, man. I don't know what this Blastoise at all.
Gotta get those wild Pokemon.
They won the first game, but not because of Blastoise, right? And like, I don't know, man.
And as much as I want to put my faith into ONIC here to push that game number 3, you can.
Maybe it's gonna find a big Unite in the final fight.
Have to give them the utmost
and it's gonna be like, oh, Blastoise is so broken, man.
Find that opening, and I just love how ONIC have been doing that so far.
Blastoise is so broken, man.
Sweep to catch Rom. As soon as they get him, they know he's down to half health. That's Dev's call to go in and just jump on top of him.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Great teamwork by ONIC Rise, but now they're gonna have to put something else together. Gonna give up on this Regieleki. You are playing this very cautiously.
He's popping Unite. They fight.
That's a Unite move to kick things off.
He found Intellion.
They get all the way to the back line.
They get Intellion. Okay, it's gonna be the final fight already, but Leafeon just one-shot Urshifu.
Some of those shields, and now it's Blastoise. As then we have hit the final stretch. Urshifu down
on
one side,
the Ice Fang.
and make that Leafeon as well as Dev finds a huge pickoff.
Yeah,
Blastoise Unite doesn't do anything.
Time to go down, and Aluna, his job now. You have to disrupt the defenders. That's your job as that Mammoth.
There's a chance for ONIC Rise.
Throw them in the air, toss them in the rubbish bin. You need to take this game number 2. But Rom is back.
Oh, Intellion can smurf the right Ice Fang.
Dev, he's actually waiting outside. They cancelled because they saw him charging. But
Tomato gets it, of course.
Steals the Rayquaza.
That took too long to do Ray, man. That took too long. It took too long.
Pulling magic out of thin air.
ZETA Division kind of rocked the later stages of that fight. ONIC Rise with a few.
Could they just ripped it faster?
Really punched them, but
I mean, Halo Unite moved out of Ray Pit for some reason. Well, I'm not sure what reason. Was he so low on HP here to kind of use it to not die to Ray?
It's going into Delphox as well.
I mean, it's only they haven't won yet. They have to score still.
And they still have a point lead. It's just for ONIC and ZETA. They have
There's
to
still
find the
2
right
shields.
lane to score in right now.
Urshifu can stop one entire goal from happening, but it's not over yet. Does Edigos get Unite maybe? Okay, Leafeon can score though, right? Leafeon can make it.
And that's a hundo from the tree. ZETA Division now hold the lead. 30 seconds remain. Urshifu dedicated
it's gonna be
to
a definite chance anymore, right?
Below those shields, everybody else trying to shut them down, but Tomato finds the hole in the armor. Huge play for Tree.
Huge play for Tree. 20 seconds to go.
ZETA takes a 2-0 victory and move on into the top 16. GG's.
I think